right. I'm just going to make sure we're live. Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
All right. Looks like we're good.
Sounds good.
Awesome. We'll see if some people are joining. It looks like we do have some people joining. So I'm going to give people just a second here to join us. All right, we will go ahead and get started. Well, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Thank you for joining us today for our network welcome. I am Jamie Chavez. I'm the president and CEO of the Westminster Chamber of Commerce. And every Wednesday, we bring you a live broadcast featuring one of our newest chamber members to give them the opportunity to introduce themselves and a chance to talk to you about their business. If you are new to our broadcast, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it. I encourage you to like our Facebook page so that you get notifications when we're live in the future. If you're on YouTube, you can hit subscribe and you can explore all of our previous broadcasts there as well. We also offer broadcasts on Mondays, which are dedicated to city updates from our city councilors, mayor pro tem, and our mayor and other city leaders as well. And these broadcasts offer a chance to hear all about what's going on down at City Hall. So I hope you tune in for those as well. And then we reserve the last Friday of the month for county updates from Jeffco County Commissioner Tracy Kraft-Tharp. So stay tuned for more information on broader county matters there. And as you watch the broadcast this morning, we encourage you to engage with us. Feel free to drop any comments, ask any questions, just say hello, and we'll get to those during the interview. And now a warm welcome to Val Martinez from What's Snappin Photo Booth. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we usually do these just so anyone watching is confused. We usually do these on Wednesdays, but you can't make Wednesdays work, so we're doing it on a Tuesday. We can pivot.
Switch it up.
Yeah, and we do have Dave here with us. Thanks for joining, Dave. Good morning. All right, well, why don't we start? I'm super excited to have you in the chamber. You've already done some events for us, and so I would love to just start with, you can tell people what your business is and what you do and how you got started and all of that good stuff.
Yeah, so I'll do a little backstory. So my dad actually used to be a DJ from like the 80s. And he randomly came home one day with this giant black box and was like, "You need to learn how to use this." I'm like, "What? I don't even know what that is." And it ended up being a photo booth. So I looked up how to run it, and I knew basic photography before, but I didn't know anything about photo boothing, didn't realize how big it was besides the little mall photo booths. And I learned that, and it was so much fun. And just actually last August, my dad decided to retire, and I took over the business and rebranded ourselves to just be Photo Booth because I'm not a DJ. And yeah, so now all I do is photo booths. We do events from corporate events to birthday parties, weddings, grand openings, like any party you could think of, we can make something happen for you and make that memorable.
Awesome. Well, you've been at a couple of our events, and so I think I was, I don't know what I was picturing when you said you were bringing your photo booth. I think I thought it was just going to be like this huge thing, but it really wasn't. So maybe describe it to us. And
Yeah.
also want to quick say hi. Emilio joined us and said good morning, and so did Eric Garner. Thank you. And we have Denise here with us as well.
Oh, hi.
So good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining. Anyway, tell us about the photo booth itself, because it's pretty unique.
Yes. So usually when I say photo booth, everyone's mind goes to the mall photo booths, the big box that you just sit inside of, which they do have still. But my photo booth is really unique because you can pick it up, you can walk it around the event. We have two different booths. We have a digital only where you can just text and email the photos, which I've brought to a couple events so far. And I have one too where you can print your photos. So on the photo strips, or you can have a 4x6 photo completely customized to your event. And that's what makes it a lot of fun too, and really unique because you can really customize any type of package that we offer. So you can do it with your logo on it for branding. If it's a wedding, you can have the couple's names on it. And yeah, so it's really portable. Everything is battery powered for us, so you can take it anywhere inside or outside, which is really cool.
Yeah, that is really neat. And maybe kind of walk us through the process of booking you. What do people, how do we reach out to you? What's the process like?
Yeah, so we can go through email, phone number, text. I'm open to anything. And how it works is we do a little either Zoom or phone call. We can talk about what the event is. We can see what your needs are. A lot of people, when it comes to branding and their companies, like to do data capture, maybe for their email marketing, which we can offer. Spin to win. If you have contests for grand openings, we have that spin to win option. So we
What
try
is
and go through all of that, which is really cool and unique because a lot of photo booths don't. I mean, you wouldn't think a photo booth could do a lot of the stuff that we actually can. There's a
Yeah,
lot of behind the scenes with it. And then after that, I'll give you that quote. So depending on whatever it is, I have a base price, and then we can do different add-ons depending on what you guys want to do. And we'll get contract signed, and we're all good to go. And then we'll customize every event specifically for you.
awesome. What are your favorite type of events to bring the photo booth to?
Ooh, I recently did a couple dog events. I've done pet photo booths before.
Oh my gosh, that's
Um,
so cool.
but because my booth can walk around, if there's a little dog, I can bring it lower to them. Or the bigger dogs, we have a little step stool thing for them to sit on, and we make it fun for the both the owners and the dogs, and you can create those memories by having those photos and videos.
Yeah, and you were telling me that you just got a dog, and so have you taken photo booth pictures with your new puppy?
Oh, not yet. I'm going to today though. I actually have an event tonight, so she's going to be my tester.
Oh my gosh, that's great. And
Yes.
so now that we've brought it up, we have to tell everybody else tell us about this dog because everybody always wants to know about the dogs.
Yes, so I just got a new 8-week-old terrier mix. She's also part Cocker Spaniel. So I brought her home. She's a little bundle of energy, currently teething, so she's everywhere. But
Yeah.
yeah, she's so great, and it's been a lot of fun. Just busy.
Well, yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you have a little test subject.
Yes, exactly. It's not just me in my photos.
Yeah. Yeah. And so with photo booth, again, I think people don't always know what to think when they hear it. So how do you like stay current in the trends that are in the photo booth, in the technology?
Right. Yeah, we actually just launched a new paparazzi booth, is what we're calling it. A lot of people are going for, if you've seen award shows, let's say, like on the red carpet, they're doing the glam booth where they do the slow motion videos. We've
Yeah.
been doing that, but with technology these days, green screen effects, you don't even need a green screen. You just need a blank white wall or a black wall, anything that's not moving behind you. We can make it look like lights flashing like you're on a red carpet, and we try and make things as current as possible. And with those trends too, magazine booths are also very popular right now, especially for grand openings. It makes you look like you're in a magazine, so on the cover of it. So we try and make it unique instead of just the photo strips. They're fun, they're classic, but if you want to spice things up, we can always make anything happen like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Um, what other kind of unique features or services do you offer with your photo booth? I know you said you can customize to what people are looking for.
Yeah, so the big one right now is spin to win, especially with the summer events coming up. We have a little wheel where you can have prizes connected to it. So whether that be gift cards you're giving out or even just coupons, and you can spin that wheel, it'll text you a little code that you put in, and that's how you claim your prize so no one else can have that. And I know that's super unique because not everyone's really doing that. They all have those physical wheels, but if you can take a photo and then spin your wheel, all your customers can get something fun out of it. And from the business perspective, you guys can receive those phone numbers and those emails from us. So you can use those for email marketing. And you can contact those customers. And I've also done one recently where I partnered up with a bar, and when they took photos in the photo booth and they showed the bar their photo, they got a free beer. And so it was getting new customers coming in all the time, and all of us are getting all that information from them so we can use. So
Yeah, that's
very
awesome.
collaborative.
That was going to be my next question, actually, how you collaborate with other local businesses or community events, and that seems to be in your spirit. You've collaborated with us at the chamber already, so what other types of events or collaborations do you have going on?
Yeah, we've done a few galas, some fundraisers. I used to work at an elementary school before this, and so I do a lot of school events just because it's so like near and dear to me as it is, and I love working with kids or even with dogs. So I like to collaborate with other people with the same passion as me, just so we can try and figure out how I could grow with them and they could also grow, and we can just really help each other out.
Awesome. What do you think being a part of like that collaborative spirit and the local community, how do you think that's contributed to your success?
Oh, I feel like it's been really crazy. Before when I first started, I didn't really know about networking. I didn't know about collaborating because I had never done it before. And then once I started putting myself out there and meeting all these people, I'm like, wow, there's so much more opportunity than just the people I follow on social media, for example, or the couple people that I know in the industry. It's really cool to be able to branch out and meet other people because you don't realize what needs they have and what you can offer to them. And you're like, wow, we could collaborate on something that I didn't think we could have.
Yeah, how did you come up with the bar idea? Because that's really creative.
Yeah, actually, we went to a photo booth convention and someone mentioned that they did that. And I was like, that is such a great idea. And the bar I was working with was getting ready to kind of close. For past post COVID just wasn't great for them. And
Yeah,
so we collaborated on that and we had made a deal that said if you bring in your photo, your digital photo, doesn't like let's say a month later or a week later, then every time you bring in that photo, you get that free beer. So and then you're bringing in other people, they're taking photos and they're getting their drinks and so you're always it's a constant flow.
yeah,
So we were trying to help them out by getting those newer customers and repeat customers back.
yeah, that's awesome. And what kind of goals do you have for your business for the future?
Yeah, I definitely wanna branch out and try other things because 'cause I'm so used to the wedding space. I'm so used to birthday parties, but I do wanna get into more of the businessy side. I went to college for graphic design and photography,
Yeah,
so I'm trying to learn more of that business side and meeting more people, collaborating, and trying to find something that no one's ever seen before, and once they see that how cool it is, it's just gonna be a snowball effect, and people are gonna wanna hop on that train.
yeah. Well, it is super cool. We do have a question from Dave.
Mm.
In this day and age, each of us carry a camera with us everywhere. Outside of business, collaboration, customer data mining, what is the advantage of using a photo booth instead of your phone?
Yeah, so I always like to say everyone's a photographer because they have a phone just right in their pocket every day. But what we offer is experiences. When you go in our booth, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. And wow. And you're creating all those memories. And yeah, you can take a selfie. But if you have, let's say, our magazine booth and you're taking pictures, you're in a magazine cover, you're like, I didn't know I could be on my own cover of a magazine. Or the paparazzi booth, you feel like you're on the red carpet. So it's all about that experience. The pictures are cool, but it's just the memories that are being created in there that I think is just a lot of fun. And yeah,
Yeah. Let me get this down. I'm interested in the process that you took over the business from your father. What was that like? Did Was that something that you always wanted to do, or
honestly, at that point, I had no idea what I wanted to do. That's why I was working at a school, just trying to figure things out. I wanted to go into social media marketing originally. But when the opportunity came around, I already knew how to run the photo booth. I had ideas as to how to make it better. He's not into the newer technology. So he was kind of on the old school side. I'm like, it's cool, but we could do this. And he goes, you can do that? I said, yeah, you can. And so when I took over, I was into that newer technology. I'm into the social media part. So if when I put those two together, it was just like, this is best of both worlds right here. So I was able to do exactly what I love and create my own schedule while doing it.
yeah, that's so
It was
cool.
just a
I love
little bit harder to get that business side since I wasn't I'm I don't know, I didn't know a lot about it. So
Well, it seems like you're doing great. You're learning very quickly.
yeah, and it's nice that he's there. So whenever I have questions, he can
Yeah.
always help out.
Okay, we have a question from Parker.
Okay.
We at the police department are looking for someone to do some photography for the police open house to help get them some exposure to grow your business. We unfortunately don't have much money to spend. Is this something you would be interested in connecting about? It's on June 22nd from 10 to 2.
Yeah, definitely. We can definitely figure something out. I do have packages on like our budget packages, and then I have some on the high end one. So anything that like we can work through something and give you some discounts to make that happen.
Awesome. And Eric says, can you talk more about your website as far as the client's login?
Yeah. So on our website, we have a little questionnaire where I can kind of get an idea of what type of experience they want, whether that be the magazine booth, the digital booth, the classic photo booth. And then I give them a unique login once we sign our contract. So they create a little password that only they know. I even don't have access to that. And that's where you'll get all of your invoices, contracts, and everything, and even questionnaires as to what they want on their custom strip or anything like that. So I do have a client login section on my website where they can log in, and that's their little online portal, their own personal website where they can customize their event for themselves. So
That's awesome. All right, let's get that. Okay, cool. So how do you see the photo booth industry kind of evolving in the next few years? Because it certainly has changed quickly since, like you said, when we were going to the mall photo booths.
right, yeah, it's so different. There's so many different types of photo booths. I know the really popular one right now is a 360. I don't know if you've seen it. It's the one where you stand on the little platform and it goes around in a circle. I personally don't have one, but I do know that's the in thing. But photo booths are evolving like crazy. There's so many people getting into this industry, thinking it's just going to be, oh, I can just drop off a booth, easy money, but they don't realize that there's a lot on the back end for it. So we just have to keep staying persistent and stay up on the new trends because that's what's really going to make you stand out compared to other photo booth companies or even photographers.
Yeah. Do you want to share any like testimonials that you've received from clients or just kind of feedback that you've been given?
Yeah, I actually recently did an event with Dish Network, which was one of our biggest clients that we had. And not even 24 hours later, three more departments gave us a call and was like, I need you at this party. I need you at this picnic. I need you here. So now I went through the entire, I think we went through 6 or 7 different departments within Dish and did events for each one of them. And now they said that I'm their number one photo booth company that they're going to forever use. So
That's
that was a
awesome.
really big deal for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have another question from Eric. I don't know if you've had the chance to meet Eric. He is on the Chamber Board of Directors, and he runs Church Ranch Event Center. So I'm not sure if you guys have connected yet, but that's probably a pretty good connection because he
Oh, yeah.
has an event center.
Yeah,
But
he
yeah,
loves
and
it.
he's asking, can you give us pricing range of your booths?
Yeah, so prices usually range on the lower end, which is what I like to call a drop-off booth. So it's the booth that I bring to the chamber events, if you've seen it. I bring it there, I leave it there for the day, and then come and pick it back up at the end of your event. So you have your own little personal booth. That usually starts around 500, and you can have that for the day. And then all the way up to like 900 for like the paparazzi booth where you have prints, red carpets, all the extra details and stuff. But the average price is between 600 and 700 if you want prints and digital photos sent to your phone. So it's a
Awesome.
wide variety.
Yeah. And you mentioned that a lot of people are trying to get into this industry. They think it might be just kind of something easy to do. It certainly is something fun. But maybe tell us like what sets you apart from those other photo booth companies.
Yeah, so what I like to do is I like to make sure my experiences are memorable for them. I like to say I'm not a photo booth company, a photo experience. I'm offering videos, photos, the options to send digitally because I know some people don't like holding physical copies and then some people like physical copies. So I like to offer something for just about anybody there. And I like to try and be as inclusive as possible as well. Like somebody came up to me and they said that flashing lights just they can't do it for
Mhm.
health reasons. So I turned off my flash, I turned off some of the lights and everything just to make sure that they were comfortable and they can still have the same experience that everybody else could. And I
Yeah.
like to try and do that with we do an event for the Denver housing every year, and it's an older crowd, wheelchairs, walkers. So I want to make sure it's a safe place for everybody. And that's the only photo they get per year since they don't really go out. So I want to make it as memorable as possible and unique to each person that comes into my booth.
Yeah, definitely. And what is your favorite thing about running your business? Like, what's your favorite thing about what's Snappin?
My favorite thing is just seeing people's reactions after seeing their photos, because sometimes they're just sitting there laughing or they accidentally move too fast and it's a funny face that they didn't mean to make, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I don't want like, don't delete it, it's so much fun, like, it's funny." And I also, like this is kind of a one of the stories that we had was someone got married and their grandparents went in, put on a funny hat, like a boa, a lot of props, and she had recently passed away after the wedding, and that was the last photo they received of them. And they
Yeah.
were like, "I never thought that something fun like this would be my last memory, and I'm so happy it was."
Yeah.
So, I think just creating those memories for people that they didn't realize were gonna last a lifetime is my favorite part, and hearing those stories.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it certainly is fun. There's like the boomerang feature. It's not just the still photos. So there's like the
Yeah.
boomerang feature. I know we've done that at some of the chamber events. So that's a popular one too.
Yeah, we
Uh,
do boomerangs, GIFs, slow motion videos, anything you can think of, really.
and how do you go about selecting like the background? Like, do your customers get to go through options? Do you design things for them? Can they send you like artwork or logos?
Yeah, so if you guys can send us logos, anything you want on it specifically, or if you just want to give us creative freedom, we can do that. I like to try and ask if they have a theme around the party. So like let's just say it's a summer theme. I'll create three options for them and they can choose from those three options. If they don't like it, scrap it. I can redo three other ones. But I'm also the designer in our company since I went to school for it. So
Mhm.
I make all the custom overlays and do the booth. So, yeah, I
Awesome.
like to give people those options, and if they want something specific, they know they want something specific, they can definitely do that. Someone actually recently has a wedding coming up, proposed to his girl well, his now fiance, in a photo booth.
Oh,
Um,
that's
and
fun.
so they sent me the strip and said, "Can you recreate it for their wedding?" And it was a complete surprise for the bride. So she doesn't know about it, but I recreated the template for her.
Oh, that's so cool. So that's going to be like what they use at the
At
wedding.
their
That
wedding,
is
yeah. So
cool.
their first date was in that photo booth. He proposed inside that photo booth, and now they'll get it for their wedding. So,
Oh, that's a great story.
yeah, it's a lot of fun being able to customize it for them.
Yeah, very cool. We certainly appreciate what you've done with the chamber and been to a few of our events and brought your photo booth. And I think people really, it's a hit. It always, people are always really pumped about it.
Mhm.
So we appreciate that. And is there anything else that you want to tell people about your business today?
Um, yeah, I know summer is coming up, and I know a lot of people are doing a lot of outdoor events and everything. And just if you guys want anything from me, any of my booths, something fun for all of your guests, or even just people that are coming if it's a big public event, definitely look into a photo booth because I do know you can set up a backdrop with a phone. It is fun, but once you go into a photo booth and see how fun the experience is, like yourself, I think your mind kinda changes and you're like, "Oh, yeah, I think I do need this for every single party."
Yeah, well, it's definitely more unique than just snapping the photo on your phone. You've got like the background and you don't have to do it yourself, so you can, you've got your hands free and you can do silly things or whatever. So, and
Exactly,
then you get
yeah,
those photos immediately. You just get them on your phone immediately. So, yeah,
exactly, yep. So I try and make it as fast as possible and as easy and accessible for anyone to use, so
awesome. Well, I hope we have you at some events again soon, and hopefully we've got lots of people in the event space in the chamber, and so hopefully you'll hear from people after this and. Um, just excited to have you and thanks for coming on with me today.
yeah, of course, thank you for having me, it's been a lot of fun so far.
Yeah, great. Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. And on a Tuesday, a day early, we appreciate it. Great turnout. So we will see you at an event soon, and hope everyone has a great day.